are 3D printing some of the N95 masks that are available online. I'll put a link to the description to the designers of those and the STL files along with instructions on how to make it. I've scaled this one down to about 76% of the original size. My wife is a nurse, so I used her face measurements to come up with an approximate scale. As you can see, this is printing out. It's going to take about 3.5 hours for this section on our Ender 3 printer here. I haven't really tweaked the specs on it or anything trying to increase the print speed, but then the second section of this, there are two parts of the 3D print files. One is for the mask itself, this piece that goes on your face, and then the other is a small square that fits onto the other side of this, and it sandwiches the filter in between the bottom piece of this and that other square section. Here are the print heat settings that we're going at. The extruder is at 210 degrees and then our bed is at 60 degrees. This is all in Celsius and we're 54 minutes in and about 14% done. So here is one last look at this. You can kind of see this discoloration on the plate here. I'm using a glass plate. It just gives a nice surface area to print on, and then what I like to do is just spray it with some cheap hairspray. For example, this is Rave 4X Mega Hold, in case you were wondering. It's unscented, but it kind of gives a little smell, which is why I have a HEPA air filter here that just, I like to run it right next to the printer. It just kind of sucks those nasty fumes away from the melting plastic that you're extruding, along with any of this. When you first spray this on before each print, the hairspray, it will kind of smell like nasty fake cherry smell or something. It just smells like chemicals you don't want to be breathing. So that's what this little discoloration is here. It leaves a nice micro thin layer of film for the 3D printing materials to adhere to, but not actually take out your, not stick to the bed too much and potentially rip out a chunk of the plastic or chunk of the glass here if you're working with PETG as a material. That really that will adhere so well to the bed sometimes that it actually will take a chunk out of your glass. No one wants that. So the cheap hairspray is my preferred method. You can use other things like painter's tape and stuff, but this seems to work great for me. And it's pretty cheap. You can get the Aquanet is another cheap brand, and you can always use it to do your hair, or maybe launch some potatoes if you're into spud guns or something like that. So anyways, if anyone else has any questions on how to do this, please feel free to drop us a line. I will do my best to respond personally to you as quickly as possible. Thank you, and I salute you for your help. If you want to go ahead and help produce these masks for our healthcare workers who desperately need extra PPE, this will allow them to actually get the appropriate filtration to their mouths and stuff, rather than like using a scarf or something like that isn't actually approved to filter out 95% of the contaminants. So not that isn't a worthwhile effort for the people that are helping making those scarves. I know the hospitals are going to try to use them all in the best ways possible, so they appreciate everyone's efforts, and so do I. So thank you, take care, and we will be in touch soon. Also remember to self-isolate and quarantine, even if you are a healthy individual and you're not worried about your own health consequences, please think about the other more vulnerable people of our population, such as those with immune deficiencies or the elderly. Thank you and have a great day.